Well, hello everybody. My name is Rob Kijanka. I am a marketing solution consultant with Dassault Systems 3DEXCITE. And if you look up on the top here, you see the title of our session today is A Day in the Life of a Marketer. Now, for those of you that are going to be sticking around in my next session, we're going to be talking about CAD to ad and how to leverage your CAD data and actually utilize the CAD that you have already and transform that into a marketing use case where you can extend the digital continuity through the 3DEXPERIENCE platform to be able to actually produce marketing content and assets using your CAD, which we're going to actually talk more about then how to leverage some of the different platform capabilities through some dashboarding. What we're going to do today right now is we're going to take just one piece of that and focus on significantly what it's going to be like as a person that's a marketing manager using the 3DEXPERIENCE platform in kind of like their day-to-day business. But first I wanted to kind of present a little scenario to you guys. Let's say, for example, everything that we do, each of us have different business needs in our day-to-day job, right? We need different levels of detail. We need to be able to really understand, what's most important to help satisfy what we're trying to accomplish in our day-to-day. Same thing goes in our professional life and also our personal life. Now, for example, let's say after today's sessions are all done and we're getting out of the event and a couple colleagues invite you over to, let's say, go see a show and maybe check out the casino down in Fremont Street, maybe go see the Fremont Experience. Now, depending on how often you've been here, how many times you've been to Vegas, basically your understanding changes from person to person. And what I mean by that, I'll show you. If I'm somebody that wants to go down to Fremont Street and I've been here quite a few times, I may need just a quick little refresher and say, you know what, let me just see exactly where that is again on Google Maps, because that's usually my go-to when I need to find where to go somewhere. And I'll see, okay, it's in the north part of Vegas. And basically this view has given me all the information that I need to figure out where to meet my colleagues later on this evening to meet up with them. Another person might be newer to the area and say, you know what, I don't need to know just where it is, but I actually need to know the directions on how to get there from my hotel. So another person would go on Google Maps and actually get the directions and get the turn-by-turn to figure out how to get there. Another individual might say, you know what, I know the traffic's pretty bad here in Vegas, so why don't I turn on traffic view, figure out where the best course of action is to take, the best route, and this is the information that's relevant to me. Another person, the information that might be relevant to them, they may not know exactly what Fremont Street is at all. So they need to see, well, what am I supposed to see when I get there? And I may need to go down to Google Street View to be able to actually see where Fremont Street is and what I'm looking for so I don't get lost in the big mix of Las Vegas. And the point I'm trying to get out of this is that every person is unique in the type of business needs that they have and the information that they need to be able to accomplish their job. And what the 3DEXPERIENCE platform does, it actually allows you to customize and tailor the information that's most relevant to you in your day-to-day to help you accomplish that. So we're going to actually be taking a little bit deeper dive and look into what that really consists of. So we're going to do a little scenario here. Let's say I'm a marketing manager for a company, General Mobile, and we're currently promoting 2 marketing campaigns for some of our new cell phone launch releases. What I'm going to show you guys is actually how I, Rob, as a marketing manager at General Mobile, would utilize the 3DEXPERIENCE platform for my business needs and how to solve, my day-to-day. So what I have here is I have my marketing campaign dashboard. So this is what I use day-to-day when I get in the morning and I start up my computer and I start working. I kind of want to have a bird's eye view of what's going on in my campaign in real time at the latest minute. So when I first come in, I have this news tab. And all of this, mind you, is inside the 3DEXPERIENCE platform where I've configured all of these different tabs, all of the different data, all the inputs to really kind of meet what I'm looking for. So first thing I want to do as soon as I fire this up, I want to take a look at my landing page on the website. So I'll go over to this tab here, kind of maximize it, and this will actually take me right to my landing page and say, you know what, is the newest release of the images that we created, are they up and have they been added in there and updated? Is the copy that was supposed to go through I can come in and just get a quick little look and see if my team's made all the necessary updates that we actually talked about the day before that were supposed to release this morning. I see that they have been, so I can kind of go through, see if there's any other new changes, and then kind of go to the next little bit of information here. So what I have as well, I have a couple other different things I've set up. One in particular is we've had an article with Gadgets 360. It's kind of like a tech blogger website on the web, and they published a recent article about us. So what I want to do is be able to go to that actual website and kind of just take a look at this GM5 Plus, see how that article actually turned out, and also just see what kind of feedback we're getting from customers, if anyone's commenting on it, what type of information is put on there. So I can quickly come in here and just get that real-time feedback and just know where we're at in our current marketing campaign, in the articles that are being published about us out on the web. As well as I've got some other little links that I've set down here. So for quick reference, I've basically bookmarked some of the places I visit regularly just to see what kind of buzz is happening over there, if there's anything being said about us. As well, I actually leverage, based on the strategic partnership that we have with NetVibes, we're actually leveraging the power of NetVibes along with 3DEXCITE to be able to find what kind of information is out there about our campaign and about our product. So I've configured some keywords in here to be able to get a quick little understanding of what's being talked about in the industry right now out on the web and what kind of articles and conversations are taking place. So I can go over to the next tab once I'm all set with this one, and I can get a deeper kind of understanding of some of the analytics information that's really helpful in the marketing intelligence portion of my job. So I can quickly go over to our side here on the left side and say, you know what, these are our sales volume by region. And I can quickly see here that there's some kind of spike that took place in this area. So if I wanted to, I can just kind of drill down and get a deeper understanding of why did we jump up, let's say 50 to 100K in just a few short days. Well, turns out we actually had some promotions running with the launch that took place, so there was a lot of spike in traffic and a lot of spike in sales that helped drive that. But what this does, it allows me to get that quick understanding at a bird's eye view and say, you know what, something's going on there, I can take a closer look. As well as I've got some other things configured here to where I can track what kind of trends are happening or what's being said about certain topics. And I've got a few topics configured. I can see on the web how many articles are being published. I can see how many times different topics have been mentioned or talked about on the web, as well as some various other key pieces of keywords and things that I've configured just to kind of see what else is being talked about and shown, basically up to date in real time for me on the internet. Next tab we go over to is the project tab. So not only part of my campaign management obligations is also I'm very involved in project management. So I need to be able to collaborate with my team and be able to track where we are with all the different parts of our campaign that we have rolling out. So I have this tab configured solely for that purpose. On the left, I actually have a full breakdown of all the projects that are currently taking place. I can see where they are at any given time, who's assigned to them, what the status is, and as well on the right, I can see some of the latest images that my team have been producing that are going to be published basically and being sent out to be implemented either on the website or other types of media channels that we're working with. On the bottom right, I just have a quick little bird's eye view as well of just my schedule, what's happening with different meetings and different launches that we have coming up. So it gives me just this nice aggregated feedback visually that I can quickly go through, see everything's kind of in order, and kind of move on to the next part. So next tab is our review tab. This is a recent image that was produced by my team, and I can go in here and I can quickly kind of collaborate with that team and a kind of an extended team as well, coming from either an agency side or third-party vendors we're working with, and say, you know what, this asset here, I kind of like the way it came out, but I do have some changes or some updates that I'd like to, provide some feedback on. So I can come in here, I can use some annotation and say, you know what, I think right around this part here, let's go ahead and add a reflection, because I like that little reflection line that comes across my phones when I see them. It gives it more of that illusion of glass and glossiness. So I can come in and just let's say we want to type something in here, and I can put in and say add reflection. I can come down here, add another annotation. So it allows me some flexibility to be able to do some quick mock-ups, send them back to my team, and they instantly have that available to where they can go back and actually create some new updates based on, the feedback that I'm providing them. Next one is the Studio tab. So this is actually where I'm able to track not only my campaign, but I'm actually able to track where the product development process is taking place right now. So I'm connected into my engineering department, and I'm seeing all the latest, all the latest designs that are actually being modeled out and created in my engineering team. And I can actually take those, use those as templates to help my marketing team work with some look and feel, some angles, lighting, things along that line. I can take it into our app, which is called X Studio here, and I can take that CAD data, I can kind of spin around. Let's say I want to kind of move it maybe like this, maybe right around there, and I can actually I can add materials to it, I can add lighting, I can create different backgrounds and then send them and publish them into my communities within my team to be able to say, you know what, this is the angle that we're looking for right now versus some of the other angles or shots and look and feels that my team have already created in the past. So then we get to delivery. This is the point to where really we start leveraging some of the agency collaboration components of the 3D experience. And what I mean by that is we have another campaign that we're tracking with the GM5 where we're working with some various agencies. So we've got Dentsu, BBDO, and Isobar on the bottom. Each of them have their own shared space that we connect them to, and that allows us to actually retrieve and send data files back and forth strictly with that particular agency. So I have 3 different ones, and I can go and I can actually take a look at all the latest assets that my agency partners have been providing me. And I've got them all here, and I can kind of get a look and see, you've got some videos that, what agency has sent over and some various other images that they've actually created for some print ads that are taking place. As well, I can take a look here and I can see how different deliverables are being tracked right now. And if you notice, I've got 7 deliverables that are currently late. So right away, that tells me, hey, you know what, there's something going on with the delivery schedule. I really need to get a meeting together and figure out with my team, why is it that we have 7 deliverables that are still outstanding. And that quickly gives me a visual reference to know where we're at and what's going on at any given time. Next tab is we have the team space tab. So in here, this is where my team and myself, we collaborate and go over ideas and work on different strategies on the marketing campaign we're working on. So if you notice here, we've got a couple posts from some of the team, which, some first impressions and some first, image renders that have come out of the new phone that's been released here. And on the right, we've just got a couple ideas where we want to kind of implement some different parts of the campaign into, create some new assets and marketing kind of themes around some of the ideas we work on. As well as we have a little area where we can kind of collaborate and share notes with each other. So when we're doing brainstorming, ideation, we can come in here and we can all have connection to this and be able to quickly go in and add our own thoughts, ideas, and just kind of work from those, turn them into tasks, and actually roll them right into my project back on the project tab that you saw earlier. And then finally, we've got the lifecycle management tab. And what this does, this also once again connects me back to my engineering. So I can see where that product is at any given time in its product life cycle. So if you notice right now, this MI3 that's currently being produced, it's currently in work. So it hasn't been released yet, but if I wanted to, I actually have all the latest revisions of that have been sent out, and I can quickly take a look and see where are my design and engineering departments at as far as where the product's located. But even the better part is I can already start using that CAD data that's there and start running parallel processes with creating the look and feel setup of that product. As soon as it gets released and approved, I can go ahead and have my team start pushing out new images, assets, marketing content, experiences already ready to go without having to wait. And it just gives me a little bit more detail on the bottom about some of the different aspects of the current data that we're waiting on that's currently being worked on at this point in time. So essentially, if we kind of look through all these different tabs, this has been customized just for me. It's the way I want to work, It doesn't apply to everybody. You know, some people may just need a 30,000 foot high level view that they can see what's going on, while others that are, you know, have boots on the ground need every little bit of information right at their fingertips. And you can kind of go anywhere in between as well. This is just a quick little example to kind of demonstrate how I, as a marketing manager, would really utilize the 3DEXPERIENCE platform to be able to help me fulfill my marketing needs for the campaign that I'm working on.